Last week I mentioned that we're going to be going into the IQ meridians, and that's exactly what we're doing. I need to set you up. I need to give you the knowledge and empower you so you know what you're doing, you know why you're doing it, and in time you'll know how to do it. Now, everything we've done so far, whether you've been with me for 10, 12 years or 2 days, everything you've done so far counts towards this journey. And I suppose this is a culmination of 25 years of my work, my study, my practice that I'm now have put into a method, a model for us to become our own inner doctor, for us to understand truly what is going on inside of us, because ultimately the best doctor that we can have is the one that resides within us. That's the voice we need to be able to tune into and listen to and understand, and have therefore the tools to be able to do something with what we've found out. So all of this practice that we've done has started to tune you into your inner doctor. And this is where we come into what we call IQ meridians. This is where east meets west, where meridians meet fascia. Now, meridians are the energy, the chi channels of the body. Now, I've mentioned this loosely in the past. I've mentioned a left and a right hand channel, and I've mentioned a central channel. They are your part of your 8 extraordinary meridians. The meridians I'm talking about now are the acupuncture meridians. They still work on the same principle as they transport your chi around your body. They all link into certain organs of your body, and each organ has its own physiological work to do, but it also has a much more spiritual and emotional work that it needs to do. When your energy or chi channels are blocked, that's when we encounter illness. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of those things together. When we open those channels, then we can release those blockages and live a harmonious, balanced, healthy life. So it's an ongoing practice. It's an ongoing practice, as you all know now. Now, fascia, that's the meridian side of things. That's the east side. The west side, the fascia, specifically the myofascia, the lines of muscle fascia. Now, the lines of muscle fascia, as again I have briefly spoke about before, and last week's classes were all about the flowing, slow, melting, lengthening, stretch. We work with the body with this cobweb-like bands of soft tissue that go from our toes to our head, and in all directions. Some crisscross, some straight up and down, some spiral around the body, some are just up the top half of the body, some are just at the back of the body. Now, there is evidence, and I've written about the evidence in my book, that the anatomy of the body's fascial network is the physical representation of the chi energy meridians. And they are all interlinked. So when we're working with the fascia, we can be working with the meridians. When we're working with the meridians, we're working with the fascia. They both cross over perfectly. And I don't believe that's a coincidence, because 4,000 years ago, the Taoists came up with Qigong specifically for what they called then the sinew channels. We now call those sinew channels the myofascial bands. And they represent exactly what we're doing now. My method has been to be able to empower you with where these bands of myofascia are. Because if you want to try and explore and study the acupuncture meridians, the Qi channels, that is a university degree of years and years and years. And that's fantastic if you want to become an acupuncturist, a traditional Chinese medicine doctor, or a doctor of other Asian medicine. And many of us don't. Many of us just want to be able to be empowered with the knowledge of learning where in my body I can access or I can move in order to target what I am feeling physically, mentally, or emotionally. So when the West talks of myofascial meridians, the East talks of energy channels. And there is no distinction between these two views. It's just a matter of interpretation. So having knowledge of what I have called the IQ meridians, IQ means Integrated Qigong, because we're mixing both East and West. Having knowledge of these IQ meridians affects how we look at our movement, our exercise, and our mental health. So bringing that forward to form and function. If our posture is improved, so will our physiological functions improve. For instance, if we are hunched like this, whether that is poor posture, whether it's because we sat behind a desk for whatever reason, but if this is our shape that we live with day in, day out, year in, year out, we are compressing the whole rib cage. The whole rib cage has curled over. When this happens, we are putting pressure, we're putting an extra load on our heart just by this posture. We're also making the space smaller inside of us for our lungs to function optimally. We're also increasing the openness of the back and the kidney area, and the kidney is all about fear and worry and anxiety. So we're sort of promoting that a little here. Here with the heart, not only on the physical heart are we putting a load, unnecessary load on it, but the heart's all about our joy. So what we're doing is we're closing up the ability to be able to experience happiness and joy just by our posture. So we can learn how to just use the form to make it functionally better for us. And then this, as I've just mentioned, extends to our emotions. So this not only physiologically affects our body, but our emotions, as I just said. Our emotions are hardwired within us. So let's take, for example, a baby, and you are feeding the baby its first solids. It's had milk. Now you're going to say, no more milk, that's enough milk, we need to get you some solids. And you feed the baby, in my experience, broccoli was the worst. What does the baby do when you do the choo-choo train with a mushed broccoli on the spoon? The baby tends to purse its lips. You're not sticking that anywhere near me. Have we taught the baby to do this? No. It's a hard-wired physical action that they're doing to tell you, not having this, thank you very much. If we have something sour to eat that we didn't expect, we all pull a face. We don't tell ourselves to do that, it's just a natural reaction. sports people, if somebody's just done a marathon and they see the finish tape, the line that they're going to cross through, and they're the winner, once they cross through that tape, what is their natural reaction to do? Yes. If someone, like my rugby rather than football, if someone scores a try, the rest of the team go, yes. No one has told them to do that. It's a natural victory posture. This is showing that we are being victorious. It's hardwired within us from the apes. When the apes do this and they start beating their chest, this is a victory posture. So you see, we are all hardwired with all of these emotional patterns in our body. If we're sad, if you see a sad child or even an adult, they will sit down and curl up in a little ball or take this posture on, trying to protect the sadness that's coming from their heart. But what's actually happening is they're promoting this sadness by this posture. So by creating shapes and movement patterns through Qigong, and specifically through the IQ meridians, we can promote physiological, emotional, and mental positive changes in our life. And we just need to now learn that mind-body connection and where all these are. So no more talking for me today. Tomorrow we're going to discuss that mind-body connection. And then we're going to slowly start to learn where these meridians, IQ meridians, are to engage your inner doctor. Sound good? Tune in tomorrow and we shall continue this journey. Meanwhile, it's time for some movement. So, feet hip-width apart. Conscious of your posture. Conscious of this hunching down. Now, I mentioned this closed chest earlier on. Let's sort that out now together. One hand on your belly. With your other hand, spread your hand apart. If you can place, if you can, I've got spades for hands. But if you can open up your hand as wide as you can, place your hand underneath your collarbone, and just with your lower hand, keeping it where it is, pull upwards. So you're separating these two hands, pull your top hand upwards, feel your chest just open. So what we're going to do here is open up the chest rather than engaging the back. What we're not looking for is this. This we can't change our habit by standing like this. We'll be walking around like this all the time for a few seconds and then we'll go back to this. The easy way to do it is to change what's happening here at the front, separate your hands and open this up here. Perfect. Now hold that posture, arms hang down either side of your body. Breathe. Listen. Ting. Use your mind, your sensitivity to feel, to notice. Adjust your posture. Adjust the weight between your feet, left and right, front and back. Space between your legs, space between the arms and the body. Soften your knees, just fractionally, soften your knees. Relax your buttocks. Relax your lower back. Let gravity just pull your spine down. Gravity pull your spine down. A natural lengthening, not forced. And at the same time, we want the oppositional force of the upward connection. Drop your chin in slightly through your neck, through the crown of your head. Reach to the skies. And breathe. Breathing through your nose, down deep into your belly. Just ensure that you haven't slouched back down into this posture. If you need to correct yourself, please do. Well done. Let's just gently ease into the shake. A gentle bounce we're encouraging through the body. Still encouraging that opening with your torso. Remember, it's not thrusting your chest out, it's lengthening the front. Well done. Good, good. Now slowly, together, let's transition into the slosh. Using your intention, Yi Dao, Qi Dao, to lead and guide your inner ocean. Not holding the posture. Let it flow from left to right. Well done. Together, let's transition to the first swing. feel the spirals. Connect with the wrapping of your body. Remember, this isn't just a physical exercise that we put the body through. We sink our mind into the body. We make a mind-body connection with everything we do. Well done. Let's transition to swing 2. Opening the leg from the quad. Wonderful, good, good. And just a few of swing 3. Full swing when you're ready. Keeping an eye on your knees. Keeping a feeling on your knees. Well done, good, good. And gently, gently, let's ease off the swings. Bring yourself to a standstill, nice and still. Let everything settle. Just easing yourself back into your wu chi, your standing posture, opening up your torso. Good. Smile. These tiny little subtle changes in your posture which make a huge difference internally. How your body functions, how you feel emotionally. Our hands float out in front. Connect your palms, feel your chi. Discover it. So much as we did last week. Melt. Connect. Feel one side connect through your body to the other side, as if you are using the resistance of a rubber band. Movement 1, compressing the palm, led by your breath. Good. Movement 2, flying hands. Remember to engage the whole body. The whole body acts like a biological pump to pull and push your inner ocean up and down your body. Making sure as the hands come up, just opening up your chest. It's not a thrusting out, it's not force. Just gently lengthen. Melt in, melt out. Together, let's move into number 3. Peacock fans its tail. Melt into it. Breathe into it. Breathe out, melt out. Movement 4. Uphold the moon. Bend knees, level of toes. Tuck pelvis under. Curl the spine. Create your C shape. Breathe out, melt out. Breathe in, melt in. As we move, there's a stillness to our movement. There's a connection to outer space. Inner space. Into movement 5. Swimming dragon. Breathing in, melting in, that gentle lengthening. Breathing out, releasing it. Breathing back into it, the other side. Body is pulsing. And together let's transition to movement 6, a diagonal flying. Slosh, sweep, open, melt into it, breathe out, melt out, connect to the center. Slosh, sweep, melt into it, breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, melt out, center. Once more. Back to the center. Rest your arms either side of your body. Gently slosh into a narrow stance. And close. Nice long extended inhale. Extended exhale. Breathing in, I have arrived. Breathing out, I am home. In the here. And in the now. And close. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember your posture. Remold the old to make a new you. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. And I look forward to tomorrow. Take good care. Bye-bye.